So today we have IDEST, aka Taylor Masika, a hip hop and beat producer currently lives in Virginia, who has actually lived in Las Cruces with me, because we attended a college class together for a bit, and that's where I got to know him a bit. And for those Savant fans, you can find his music genre to be similar to Data Crush, so you can expect him to sound like one of Alexander's hip hop alliances. Right now, I'm gonna get in line with him, and I hope to see you there, guys. See you. Okay. How are you doing? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro.
Yeah.
Just staying busy. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. So, did you want to give a short intro
Sure.
about your music?
Yeah, man. So my prod tag is IDEST. It means to put things in different words. So whenever I'm making music, I try and convey emotions. So whether it's anger, fear, happiness, contempt, whatever is that an emotion? Contempt. Whatever emotion that I may be trying to convey, I make it through my music. So in a sense, it's like me putting it into other words.
Yeah.
So I make a mix of electronic music, hip hop. I do hyper pop, trip hop as well. And I work at a radio station, KGRT, Hot 103, KWML, KSNM. And I also used to record at a recording studio out in El Paso, Texas called Verified Recording Studios. So, I also got my certificate in digital audio at DACC this past May. Yeah, and that's basically it. That's a brief introduction.
And also for the guys who don't know, DACC is basically a community college in Las Cruces. So I just wanted to fill you guys there.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
DAC.
Yep, attack.
DAC. Doniana Community College.
Yep.
Yeah, where dreams come true.
Dreams come true.
Or they, horribly go wrong and crumble. Yeah.
And you just decide on just become a crack dealer.
There you go. Or work at McDonald's for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to have the ambition to take things into your own hands and roll with it,
Yep.
So that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Skirt ski.
Yep. So what city do you live in currently?
So right now I got a scholarship out to Full Sail in Florida. So just unfortunately with COVID and everything that's going on in the world right now, they're not offering any classes in person. So I'm taking a year right now to study up, practice recording techniques and whatnot on Virginia Beach. It's where Pharrell is from, something in the water. Let's go. But that's where I'm at right now, Virginia Beach. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I spent 4 years in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's where I started off college, got my degree. And yeah, I ended up here in Virginia. Soon to move over to Gator State.
Nice.
Yep. Yes, sir. Wisconsin, Dairyland.
Yep.
Yeah, home of the Packers, the Cheeseheads.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski.
How long have you been producing music for?
Shoot. So I got a copy of Ableton and FL back in 2017 from my homie Wasem. We call him the Computer Weasel back in high school. So he's my plug for VSTs, VSTs, DAWs. So I used to spend a lot of time on his laptop in high school, before, after school, and at lunch. During periods, I'd actually skip class to just hop on his laptop and learn as much as I could about FL and Ableton that I could. So in regards to my production journey, that's when I started producing on computers and started taking everything seriously. It's when I was like 16, 17. But in regards to making music, Shoot, I've been playing saxophone since like 4th grade. I don't know how old I would have been. Maybe like what, 11, 10, 11. So it's been quite a while. Yeah, but music has always been a interest of mine. Yeah.
Do you play on any other instruments?
So, shoot, alto sax is the only one that I can like pick up some sheet music and play. But I've also learned how to play trumpet. I fiddle a little bit around with the piano, and I've also taken lessons for the clarinet. Yeah. So, but basically saxophone. If you were to like throw me on stage and I had to pick an instrument to play in front of a bunch of people, I'd pick the saxophone. So
I want to talk about something like funny. Kind of like, because I think you were
class clown. Yeah, man, throw it at me. Let's go. I'm ready.
Well, I'm talking about like how you inboxed. I inboxed you, and you didn't know me at first, so you kind of like.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I remember that, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was at a party at the time, and I was super lit, bro. So you hit my DM, and I thought it was someone at the party DMing me for some music stuff, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. So yeah, I'll have to send you a video. You DM'd me right after some girl was trying to get a bunch of chicken from me, because I had a friend. I had some girl that I met in college, and she was trying to, I don't know what she's trying to do, but I was like, whatever you're trying to do, we could probably do if you got me some chicken. So she pulled through, got me some chicken, and I just dipped, and I ran back to the party, and some girl was trying to get my chicken and take my picture with chicken, because it's just some black guy with chicken at a party. So I was kind of peeved with that, and then you messaged me, and I thought it was someone else trying to steal my clout, and
your chicken.
Yeah, I don't remember. I felt so bad, dude. I felt so bad the next day. I was like, damn, I really like this dude. He seemed like a great guy, and now he probably thinks I hate him. So my bad about that, bro. Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. Dude, that frat is crazy, man. I got kicked out like a week before someone got shot. Yeah, they're that fraternity that got banned from NMSU.
The
Kappa Sigma.
Oof. Yeah.
Kappa Sig. Yeah. Yep.
Like, was he like where? Like, what body part was he shot
So supposedly it was some part of some type of initiation ritual. They're out in Cloudcroft, and somebody brought out a gun. You're supposed to like point a gun at someone while they jump over a fire to, I don't know, invoke or promote, trust amongst brothers. And I guess there was a bullet in the gun, and someone got shot in the leg. So that's what happened. I think the dude ended up that shot him ended up going to like jail or prison or something. But yeah, I don't know too much because I left the frat like a week prior. So yeah, man. Frat stories. I was a frat boy for like 2 weeks. Crazy.
And like, did you join the frat? Did you become a frat boy just because you want to, or was there a specific reason?
Yeah, well, when you first get into college, I kind of want to put my foot in the door in as many areas as I can. And I saw joining a fraternity as a great way of doing that. Just because of my first year in college, I was at DACC full time, taking 21 credits, doing EMS. So I felt like I lost out a little bit on campus activities at NMSU. So I was like, you know what? A lot of the people that I hang out with at NMSU are part of Kappa Sig, so why not join? So I ended up joining, and I still have a lot of friends that are from Kappa Sig, former members that I still talk to. But unfortunately, there's a lot of brothers that were not good people, to the point where they'd shoot someone in the leg. But that was the reasoning. There's a lot of people that say like joining a frat is like paying for your friends, and I do not disagree with that. And if I had the chance to join another fraternity, I probably would turn them down. So I had my fun. Yep, it's just jumping over fires and girls trying to get your chicken, man. That's what frats are at NMSU. Yep. Skirt skeet.
Seat.
Seat, skirt skeet.
Seats.
There's a lot of S's. A lot of S's and a lot of L's. Kappa Sig. All right.
I think you said before. I think you said that you sample a lot in your music tracks.
Definitely. Definitely. I sample all the time. It depends on what kind of mood I'm going, that I'm feeling, or what kind of direction I'm trying to go with whatever track I'm making. But whenever I hear something unique, it could be like something as simple as me going on YouTube and seeing something I'm not recommended. I'll literally just export it to MP3, using one of those online converters, and then I'll just sample it. One of the songs that I'd recently used a weird sample for was a song I have on SoundCloud called Love Is All, and it uses a choir performance of, I think, I'd have to look up the song real quick. But it uses something from Berkeley performance. But it's the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, and it is a live performance. I sampled it and chopped it up and then used it for a track. So samples, I like using sample kits, all that shit that's recycled on Reddit. I got plugs out in El Paso from other producers that make the stuff ground up, using Machine and whatever other synths that they have. But yeah, I guess in the end of the day, I just use whatever my ears like, Nothing is off the table. Yeah.
You also said that Omnisphere is one of your favorite plugins?
Dude. Omnisphere is GOAT. Omnisphere is life. Recently, right now, I'm trying to get back into making possibly an electronic EP, just so I have some more girth to my SoundCloud selection. So right now, I'm messing around with Serum a little bit. I really like the presets, and I have some producers out in El Paso sending me preset packages of different synths that they have already pre-programmed. So right now, though, my favorite synths, if I had to give a top 3, would be Serum, Omnisphere, and I'd have to go for Morphine Stock FL. So good. I love the sounds. Yep.
Yeah, like I actually used Serum like most recently, and it's crazy,
Oh yeah, I see you using Serum all the time in class, man. It's such a good program. Yeah, such a good VSTI.
I was also using it for kind of like for a game jam thing.
Oh, for real?
Making
with
sound.
That, chip tune stuff.
Actually, for making sword sounds like.
Oh, dude, that is so clever.
Yeah.
Oh, little sound effects, huh?
Yeah, sound effects and stuff.
I just wanted to say real quick. I think even though you and me, we produce on the same program and we might use the same synths, I think we can relate on the fact that you kind of take dubstep and chiptune and mix it together and make your own kind of genre of music, whereas I take electronic and hip hop and kind of mix those two together.
Yeah.
So in a sense, I guess we're kind of both pioneers,
Yeah, we really are.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I mean, I also take kind of do like combine this harpsichord, classical stuff. I kind of take it and fuse it with dubstep, bass music, and yeah. But yeah.
Do you have any? What are your favorite VSTIs to use or synths?
Well, okay. There's Serum.
Hell yeah.
Harmor, which is basically resynthesis tool, kind of like.
You said Harmer?
Yeah, it kind of like.
Yep. I love Harmer.
Yep. And I've also used, well, a silent one, which is kind of like, well, kind of like,
Yeah,
it's a
Given.
synthesizer with
I know what Silent is.
oscillators
Yeah.
and stuff. And also, recently I've done. I've come across the granulizer, the Freddy granulizer, kind of like import a sample, and you've heard of it. You've heard of it, right?
What version of FL is that on?
I think it's
Granulizer.
not sure which version, but I think it's been there for like since the day I first used it. So like,
Oh, for real. Shit.
well, I'm not
So
sure really.
it must be 12 up, because you've been using FL for quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean since 2013.
Shit, yeah. So it's definitely on 12. But do you have a preference in what version of FL you use? Because like whenever I see 20, it like grosses me out, to be honest. 20 and 11 and 13, like I cannot touch. Like, but 12 looks so good, man. I don't know if it's like whatever version of the software like you start on is what you prefer. So I'm just asking you,
Yeah,
like,
I'm
what do you prefer?
actually using 12 right now. But I mean,
Oh, bet.
I'm not really specifically. I'm not specifically preferred to one version. I mean,
Mhm.
I just like the. I like the the features there.
Yeah.
basically the DAW.
Yeah.
What?
Word.
Mhm. Or
Bet.
do you work best when you're alone or when you collaborate with other people?
Mm. That's a good question.
Mm.
Um, you know, producing by yourself versus with other people, it's completely different environment. I've made a lot of bangers sitting by myself in a room, or sitting in like Kenny Beats group Discord, or Skyping with friends cooking up, or being out in El Paso in the studio cooking up in a studio, having a rapper rap over that, or going over to people's houses and recording in their own home studios. For me, shoot, I think the most work gets done for me when I have a small group of people that I trust, like that I know have good work ethics or good tastes in music. Because then like ideas fly, our networking all kind of gets mashed up together, and people all have different ways that they navigate through FL. So you start seeing different ways to use the program.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, big shout out to Sam, shout out to Yuri, shout out to Space Cadet, Crisscross, Mad Max,
Mm.
bro. Shout out to everybody, Nader, Louie Lou, everybody. Yeah, so many big producers in El Paso and Cruces. Yeah.
Who was this guy? Who was this guy in our class who was like, a rapper?
Oh, Nico Stees.
Oh yeah, that's.
Nico Stees, bro. He's more of a boom bap rapper.
Mm.
Uh, shoot, Mac Miller. He messes with shoot, Tupac, Biggie, uh, Run DMC. Shoot, just anything old school. Yeah, man. Wife beater and some saggy jeans, man, and
Mm.
some vintage mids, the 77s. That's Nico Stees.
Mm.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've worked with him as well,
Mm.
more as a recording engineer rather than a producer.
Mm.
He messes with a lot of boom bap, like I said before, lo-fi, which I'm a little familiar with. But normally I go over, record him, uh, import all of his vocal stems onto Ableton, and then I mix and master there and send him back the tracks. But yeah, shout out Nico Steves. I love that dude.
Mm.
Yes, sir. Very talented people. All you just got to do is network. you'd be surprised. Like the person sitting right next to you, you don't know. Could be the next big thing. You don't
Yeah,
know how much they can offer to you either.
yeah, true.
Yeah, true, true. Networking is so important.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really the big move these
that,
days.
the biggest.
Did you want to like tell the? Did you want to tell the story about like how you like kind of threw like a freestyle class? Like
Oh, I did what? Sorry, what?
it was in Lamai's class. You threw like a was it you who did a like a freestyle or
Oh, I think that was Nico. Yeah, I remember that. I think I plugged up my laptop. I brought my laptop to class and I plugged it up to the speaker systems. They had whatever. I forget what they were. What's that one speaker system where they have like some green glowing dancing man, like stick figure? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Ah, yeah. But they plugged them up to those. And I think I was just playing a beat and Nico just started going crazy. Dude started going crazy. I think we ended up recording that song. I'd have to go look at my projects for my clients, but yeah, that was awesome, man. I miss being in that class. That was honestly one of my favorite working environments was just sitting down there. So many people eager to learn and so many ideas just everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Lamaya, miss Nico. Miss seeing you working on Serum. Work
Yeah.
with Serum every day. Shit was great. Big old MSI laptop. Yeah.
Yeah. I also miss my old MSI laptop.
Oh, dude, rest in peace. I remember that story, man. Bro. Dude, I'm so paranoid of my stuff getting stolen. I have 2 backup SSDs. Just so even if my backup SSD gets stolen, I have my backup SSD's backup SSD. Yeah.
Backup.
Laptops are replaceable, but the files are not.
Yeah.
I've had all my files go missing before. So a lot of my beginning files from when I started messing with FL are gone. So I learned my lesson early on, and I'm glad I did. Because the music I'm making right now, dude, just leaps and bounds in quality compared to like the like trash that I was putting out for like a year when I first got FL.
Yeah.
Yes, Sirski.
Yes, sir. So moving on. Did you want to like tell? I haven't checked it out, but you sent in a track through my email, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Do you want to like tell the viewers what it is like, what the?
Oh, yeah. So what I sent you is one of 10 beats that I'm uploading to BeatStars from a bunch of stuff that I made last week. I'm a firm believer in making a beat a day. So sometimes I'll be working 10, 12-hour shifts at my job right now, saving up for college. And I'll get home and I'll just be deadbeat tired. And I'll have like 6 hours before I have to get back into work. But I'll be like, you know what? I'm not able to make a melody right now with MIDI, but I'm going to pull up a loop and work with that and make a quick beat. Just kind of, exercise your brain. It's like a muscle. You have to keep it fine-tuned. So that beat that I sent you uses a loop from Who's Weiler, I believe. Let me see. Honestly, I forget what beat I sent you. But no, it's Who's Weiler. It's called German Red. But I whipped it up in like 10, 15 minutes and yeah.
What is the track called? German
Red.
German Red?
I think. Yeah, just I'm not gonna lie, I just grabbed whatever was in the folder and sent it to you. All of them are bangers, so I'm not too worried.
IDEST.
have you ever done any like selling beats to anyone?
Oh, dude, I've offered up recording services before, and I've also worked out in a music studio out in El Paso as a recording assistant intern. So there was money to be made out there. Rates changed depending on what artist was coming in, whatever block that they ended up purchasing, if they wanted their stuff to be mixed and mastered, you know. But recently now, even though I know BeatStars is kind of dead, I kind of believe in going through the motions, and practicing uploading and publishing stuff, making those sales. But I put up a beat, sold an unlimited lease for like $145, which was pretty nice. So that was that. Uh, Splits are important if you collab with another artist, so I gave my boy 50% since he made the loop, but I did make the beat and produce it and everything. So but yeah, 145, split it down the middle, and walked away happy with the ambition to make a bunch more. So I have 10 beats in a folder that I've been meaning to post up there. But yeah, the beat was a hyperpop beat.
Hyperpop.
Yep. Vanilla Aviary with Mad Max.
And also, did you want to kind of go into depth, like, because I know you kind of explain what music beds are. Like, do you want to explain to the viewers what they are?
Oh, sure. So normally when I'm talking about music beds, I'm referring to radio work. A music bed is basically kind of like a background noise. Nah. So sorry, I was gonna say Foley audio, but that's not it. That's like sound effects and stuff. But a sound bed is basically something that you put in the background of someone talking, whether it's like broadcast, maybe someone talking on radio, if it's like an advertisement or if it's one of our hosts speaking.
So like, kind of like it goes like behind commercials.
Yeah. So you might hear someone on you're now listening to KGRT. Like, what's up? This is Taylor today. We got beautiful weather outside. Forecast is looking sunny. Watch out for that traffic on whatever highways that we have in Cruces, because I kind of forgot about them. But while they're talking and doing all that stuff, there's background music. It's called a music bed. Normally you grab a file, make sure that the talent at the time, their audio is peaking at 0. You might have to put a limiter there, and then reduce the sound levels for the background music down a little bit, and that's it. It helps reduce the noise floor or mask it. So if you have like a fan running, maybe someone didn't realize they had a fan running or some white noise, it helps mask that up. So very important.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think music beds would also include like corporate music, like you've heard
100%. Yeah. Man, I'd go as far to say that like some background music in like video games and stuff would be considered music beds. And if you are genuinely interested in becoming a music producer, you can go freelance and you can offer packages of sound beds to clients, or work for a company and produce a bunch of sound beds for them. That way, if you're working for a radio station or news, or maybe you're working on a video game and you need background music for some type of scene, or maybe the start screen or end screen, you have a pool of stuff that you're able to easily just look up a name or a vibe that you're trying to go for. Like maybe someone recently passed away, you might want something meek or sentimental. You can just type in those words and it'll search it up on your music bed dump, and yeah, and find whatever's appropriate.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Very easy.
There's money to be made.
Making money in beats.
Yes, sir. Make that money.
Yep. Gotta get that cheese.
Yeah, gotta get that cheese on Wisconsinite.
So, who are your like favorite rap artists right now?
Man, favorite rap artists. Man, so Kendrick Lamar is always gonna be up there. You know what I mean? He's always gonna be up there. But I have a playlist of different songs that I like to take styles from. Whether it's like the hi-hat patterns or maybe the 808 how it's distorted, and I like to kind of copy that and put it into my music. I think it's good technique. But if I'm gonna go off of my rappers that I listen to right now, Young Thug, J. Cole, Travis Scott, Young M.A., Lil Wayne I listen to still. There's a guy named J.I., and he's a really good artist. But if I would name my top 3 that I'm listening to right now, it would be uh, Don Toliver, shoot, and then I'd have to go Young Thug. Young Thug or Lil Uzi. I love all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think Lil Uzi like kind of also did like a kind of like a song with the sample from a video game.
Oh yeah, the Pinball. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That song wasn't the best, but I like the idea behind it. In my personal opinion, I don't know. It was like I liked the idea of the song, but it just didn't turn out the way I think that it should have. That's just me personally. I don't know. I do know actually. I'm firm on that.
Yeah.
Firm on that.
Firm.
Yeah, you can recognize a sample being used in the background, but there was nothing else that was special about the song. The bars were okay. The 808 was nice. The sound selection was good, but I think the BPM was kind of slow, kind of dragged on. I just wasn't engaged as a listener, you know. So those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude's a trendsetter. He starts waves and people ride him, so he's important to hip hop culture, you know. And he's like the core of hyper pop, which is something that I like to produce for. So yeah, those are my thoughts on him. Shoulder rolls.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, I think you said you were working on a collaboration EP with for a class you did with some rappers and singers.
Oh, dude. I'm not gonna lie. So that's what I wanted my final for the class to be. I wanted to get a bunch of different local rappers and producers from the area and kind of make something. But unfortunately, Cruces, even though we do have a lot of talent, we have a lot of people that are lazy or, you know, they just, life gets in the way, I guess, for some other people. But I ended up taking a bunch of songs that I had made or co-produced with a bunch of my friends or local producers, whether it was using loops or using sound packs that I had given me. But I grabbed a bunch of those, and then I grabbed a bunch of dirty acapellas off of YouTube, matched them up, and kind of did DJ work. So that's how that ended up going. But if I was able to collaborate with any artist that was in Cruces, I would 100% go for Takoi. I love Takoi. Oh, yeah, Takoi is awesome, bro. Yeah, love Takoi. Love Takoi. King of Lo-Fi.
Yeah. Do you listen to lo-fi much?
I'll listen to Lo-Fi when I'm listening to Takoi. There's some other producers that I know that produce Lo-Fi, like Normal, and London. He's a guy out here in Virginia, but shoot, that's not what I'm typically listening to as of right now. But yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a guy.
Oh, what's that?
I think there was a guy. Yeah, there's also BSD.U.
BSD.U.
Yeah, who's like he's also a kind of a sick producer too. Like,
oh, bad.
With kind of goes for some trappy beats, but sometimes for His samples are kind of like
Oh, bet.
melodic and stuff.
Bet.
Mm,
He's a dude from Canada,
mm,
possibly.
I think.
All right, I'm gonna look him up after this.
Yeah,
BSD.u.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so do you have any stuff you plan to put out in the future?
Um, I feel like the only thing that I'm focused on right now is establishing my name as a producer and starting to pump out collabs with other artists.
Mm,
So, in regards to larger projects, I think I just want to fill up my Instagram with just tags, mentions, just anything and everything. So when people look at my name, uh, you know, they're just bombarded with a bunch of different quality work that I've done. I think the biggest project that I can want for myself right now is to be able to type up IDEST and on Google
mm.
and have my name show up as a producer. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal for the next
Yeah,
year or two, and to get verified on Instagram.
yeah. Got to get that verification check.
Yeah,
Mark.
bro. The blue check, it's all that
Blue check.
matters.
All
Blue
that
check
matters.
is all. Yeah, blue checks and blue bands, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I think it would be nice to put out like an electronic EP. I want stuff that's deviant, weird chords. What do you call them? Accidentals. I want polyphonic sounds.
Hmm.
I want sounds to be like off by a few cents, so it just doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
want mixed time signatures. Yeah, all of that. All of that.
yeah. Like 7/4.
Dude, 7/4?
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. There's this kind of like meme in the dubstep community, like who kind of like some guy called Phonon put out song called Polyrhythm. Like it's 7/4 dubstep
Oh,
and people.
polyrhythm.
Yeah,
The puns.
yeah.
That's funny.
People are going crazy over it.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
very cool.
Do you have any fun stories? Tell.
Dude. About producing?
I mean, it can be about producing or uh life in general. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I don't tell too many people this, but I started producing on, are you PlayStation or Xbox boy?
neither, dude.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, your Steam. I'm Steam too, bro. But anyways, there's a game called Little Big Planet, and I got this game when I was like in 5th grade. And there's a game, it was like the second version of the game. And in the game, there was a music sequencer, and you would open it up and it would be a little DAW, right? So
Mhm.
this was when I was like maybe 11. I was 10 or 11. I had no idea what a digital audio workplace was. I was just like so stoked that I was able to put little instruments in this program, and I was able to program stuff and it would make music. So I fiddled around with that a bunch when I was in 5th grade. Like I would get done with school, I would hop on my PlayStation, and I would just start making music like all night. Every weekend, that's what I would be doing, making music. So eventually, we moved down to Cruces. I wasn't playing video games too much because I went to my early college high school,
Mhm.
and I met with Sam, told him my interest in making music, and he showed me what FL was. So that's how I transitioned over there. So I guess in the end of the day, I wasn't really given a boat, you know, to
Mhm.
set sailing on my adventure to becoming the producer that I'm aspiring to be.
Yep.
But I made a boat for myself. You know,
Yep.
everyone can't be a great producer, but a great producer can come from anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my funny story or inspirational story.
Inspirational.
Yeah,
I think it's more inspirational than just the haha story.
yeah,
Hmm.
very inspirational.
Very
Yeah, dude.
kind of teary-eyed.
Yeah. Little 11-year-old Taylor, IDEST,
Mm-hmm.
making beats. So if you haven't noticed by now, a lot of my music is like electronic. The reason it's electronic is because a lot of the sounds that I was using when I was like real little, developing my sound, they were all the electronic sounds. So I don't know. That's just what I vibe with. That's just what I like. Like I hear it and it just makes me happy. So
Yeah.
that's why my sound is the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so important. That's like the biggest thing for a producer, like, is to find your sound. You
Yes.
know,
Find
get
yourself.
locked in with the sounds that you like, the chord progressions, the style of music, your favorite DAW, favorite way of producing, whether it's like, you know, with a MIDI keyboard, drum pad, if you're you grab your mouse and you click all the MIDI in, like that's all important. Your connections, your networking. Yeah.
I think it's even more important than ever just to kind of find your unique sound and trying to be like uh trying to be
Big.
perfect. Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Cause I think that's relatable, and this advice could apply to the dubstep community, which is actually at the moment oversaturated.
With producers.
Well, yeah, well, dubstep and
Mm,
this rhythm.
word. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that over here too with all the music production.
Yeah.
Like, you would be surprised how many times you go into a music studio, a session, and an artist is pulling up some beat that they bought off of YouTube with that's like clipping everywhere with the 808. Yeah, rather than have you cook something up for them.
Dude.
It's crazy. But in the end of the day, like, all you really can do is develop your sound, perfect it, and then find people that vibe with your sound. Because eventually, like, if you're just becoming a clone, like all you are is a clone, like you're going to be competing against multiples of yourself. But if you're able to, make your own sound, like you doing the rhythm and chip tune, mixing it together, like that gives you your own identity that people will like go and seek your sound out for. Like, yeah, man. So like that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit for things to get running, but it's sure worth it when you have people coming up to you, to get your sound or your music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to kind of interpret, a little bit of, of that mainstream, mainstream, those mainstream sounds, but
Oh yeah.
mix it with, mix it with your own sound, like
Definitely.
8-bit or whatever you're like.
Yeah. Like, in the end of the day, you got to remember that, like, the audience that if you're trying to sell beats and whatnot, you're not selling to other producers. You're selling to artists that want to put their ideas down to paper. They want to vibe with your music. So if you're giving them something that's completely unrelatable that they can't vibe with, like if I were to give them some weird honky electronic music with like BPM automation clips going left and right, the panning, all this weird time sync, nobody's gonna mess with that. But if I give them some real easy music to listen to that's still electronic and carries that sound, but with the trap hats and the bass boosted 808s and whatever, like they're gonna vibe with it, So you just gotta keep your demographic in mind when you're making music. Yeah.
Yeah, really get to kind of find your audience rather than just appealing to fitting with crowds. I mean, that's not the move.
The most important part is putting music out there, and because no one's going to be able to find you if you're hiding, in the sense that you don't put your music out. So I learned a lot about that when I moved out here. That's when I initially made my Instagram and started showing my beats to people. And some people that I've had like on my like friend lists on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, some of them didn't even know that I made music prior to me making that Instagram. And my boosts and plays were like astronomical. Like I was getting a few hundred more plays, and it may not seem like nothing, like getting 59 or 60 views on an Instagram video or 100 or 200 views, but that's like 200 people that went out of their way to listen to your song. And it feels even more better. It feels even better when you see them saving a beat, commenting, liking it, asking you like how you make whatever, sharing it. It's pretty crazy, you know? Yeah. Astronomical. Make yourself visible. Make yourself visible.
Yep. Stop being that hidey hole.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. Get out of that rock that you're under, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bask in the sun like a lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get sunburned.
Yeah. Squirt blood out of your eyes.
Yep.
Cut off your tail. I don't know. What do lizards do? Eat a bug. Eat a bug.
Aren't they the same animals who turn invisible?
I think. Oh man, or is that's not an iguana? I don't know, man.
Chameleon?
I don't know. That's a chameleon. Yeah. I don't know. Be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Be whatever you want.
Yeah. Except a clone.
Except a clone. If you're a clone, you're a loser. You're saturating the market. Get out of here. We don't want you.
Yeah.
Bro, and at least, like, God, man, some of these clones are garbage. Like, they try and be like like for whatever producer, and it's just trash. It just does not hit. It's like some of these clones are like, it's like you crack open a thing of Pepsi, but you're like, this tastes weird. You know, you're sipping on it, and you remove the wrapper, and it's like some weird, like, Walmart cola. Like, it just doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be a clone unless you're a good clone. Then you can be a clone. But if you're not a good clone, don't be a clone. Because you're not a clone, you're a clown. You know?
Sure.
Yeah. Bad clones are clowns.
Yep.
Yeah, don't be a clone, be a king.
King.
Or a queen.
Yep.
You know? Whatever.
Equality.
Equality.
Yep. I know this is kind of vague, but do you think the hip-hop industry is booming right now?
Man, I think there's a lot of white people that listen to hip-hop. A lot of white young people. Which I think accounts for a lot of the demographic. You know, in a sense, since hip-hop and, quote, urban music is black music, like black music, you know, they're kind of appropriating it in the sense that they're making it cool to listen to it. So, in a sense, I guess hip hop or rap is trending. You know, we got country music that has like the trap hats and whatever, but and the chant vocals, the vox, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's booming. I think it's here to stay. I think it's established in the United States and other countries. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere soon. But yeah, man.
So you mentioned you also mentioned you were in early college, high school, or what was it called?
It was called Arrowhead Park Early College High School. Yeah. It was like a college prep school. Statistically, they don't do well. And this school was garbage. It was so bad. Yeah, would highly not recommend going to that school unless your aspirations in life do not like exceed getting an associate's degree in science. Yeah. Just I would highly recommend not going to that school.
Like what's bad about it?
The bad thing is a lot of the professors and teachers that you get, I think they're called dual credit teachers. So they have to get a certificate to teach in the LCPS district, as well as DACC. However, getting your license to teach at DACC, whatever way that you end up getting that, the credentials that are required are so much lower than NMSU. So it's you kind of get what you pay for. And unfortunately for a lot of these kids, they get really bad teachers. Like one of my first class that I had, and I will never forget this, Dr. Flores, I honestly don't know if this was a doctor or not, for midterm, this man literally just stopped showing up like 3 weeks in class into the semester. We had like 8 units that we had to cover, and we only ended up getting through 2. Dude would come into class and start rambling on about like elephants giving birth in parking lots and marijuana and like illegals and a bunch of stuff, and then he would just be gone for weeks at a time until the last week came, and we had to study for our final. So keep in mind we only studied like 2 units this entire semester. Yeah, shit was crazy.
Wait, so
So
so he wasn't in the he didn't teach at all in the class?
no,
Or
he taught 2 units over the course of an entire semester, man. Crazy.
like he wasn't present in the classroom?
He would literally not show up. It was wild. I can't even make this up. Yeah,
Who would
bro.
run the classroom?
Nobody. We'd stand out the door for 15 minutes and then leave. Yeah. So like that's the quality of teachers that you get, bro. That was my first class that I had at.
Like
So it's
no,
like, yeah.
nobody even notices like you guys
No.
have sign.
So here's the zinger. So here it is. So you try and talk to administration and in school, because like I'm not the only one that's, not having this class that I have scheduled like every other day. And they just do not care. They do not care about you. They don't care about your academics, your achievements, like your success. The only thing they care about is whether you graduate or not, like high school. They don't care about your GPA, you getting your associate's degree, whatever. So I'd sit down with my guidance counselor and be like, listen, man. He'd be like, why is your grade so low in this midterm class? And I'd be like, well, it's because we've only had 1 test. I didn't do too well because it was covering test questions that weren't in our unit that we had to study. And my teacher hasn't shown up for like 7 weeks. And then he'd be like, you're capping, bro. Capping. And I'd be like, I don't know what to do in this situation. So then my report card would be like straight A's and a D, for my first. It's just crazy. I could ramble on about it all day, but yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Professors that don't show up to class. You got teachers fondling students. Like, shit's crazy. Yeah. That's Arrowhead for you, man. Don't ever send if you ever have a kid, do not send them to that school. Unless they change within the next 2 decades. It's like a figurehead school. They have it just to have it. Yeah. I'm still bitter about it if you can't tell. But it's all good.
I kind of forgot to ask this question. It's kind of a technical music question, but I think okay. So how do you go about your mix and master process?
Ooh. So I love using, man. I know. Okay. So basically, I know what the proper mixing techniques are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to pick sound selection that are across your whatever your your scale and frequencies, just so they don't clash.
Yep.
A lot of people kind of filter out different frequencies so they don't collide in sample packs that I'll be using for like single shots, or if it's like some type of presets that I'm using in one of my third-party VSTs. But personally, what I do is I just kind of throw everything together, and then I'll make all the sounds dry. I'll go into my master, switch everything to mono just so I can get all the levels right. And then once I'm in mono and have everything mixed, I'll switch it to stereo. and then I'll start putting all of my effects on so they're not dry anymore. During this process, I'll take all of my faders and put them down to negative dB, raise them up slowly, just so I can have everything sounding even, just so I start off with a clean slate. I like my audio levels capping at like 3 to I would say anywhere from 12 to 3 for music production. For anything audio in regards to audio for like advertisements or client recordings for radio, my audio is always going to be peaking at 0 just because of the loudness wars that happen in broadcast. But yeah, those are my techniques. Right now I'm mixing on some KRK Rocket 5s Gen 3s, and then I have my Audio Technica M50Xs that I got from Hubbard's Music. Shout out Hubby, Jacob Hubbard, Chance Hubbard. But yeah, those are my techniques. The biggest thing is I know that you got to do your car tests, got your Apple headphone tests, you got the speaker tests, the headphone tests. But yeah, and then you got to send it to friends and get their input. So that's my mixing technique. It's more of an art rather than a what are the right and wrong things to do. But yeah, those are my techniques.
So about the testing it on different sound systems, do you actually would you recommend that to any other genre producers?
Dude, every genre of producers, man. Because you gotta keep in mind that you're making music for people to listen to, and people listen to music on everything. It's not like every single person that is listening to your music is gonna be listening to them on a pair of KRKs plugged into Scarlett. Like, you gotta keep in mind, a lot of these people are gonna be on their iPhones with their AirPods or whatever, listening to music there. So you gotta make sure that it sounds good on all platforms. And unfortunately, that might mean removing some of the lows or the highs on some parts, the mids, lowering the volume for different sounds. It just all depends. Yeah.
People are gonna nowadays listen to with AirPods, as you said.
Yeah.
Bluetooth headphones, even Dollar Tree.
Dude, nope. Get out of here with that. If I catch anybody listening to my music on some Dollar Tree headphones, I'm literally gonna snip the headphones right there.
Yep.
I can't. Don't put that disrespect on my name, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man.
Just went up to those people walking out of the Dollar Tree and just went up to them, cut
the headphones and take off.
Yeah, with the scissors.
Man, can you imagine just holding up a Dollar Tree? You got the gat in the back, and you're like, "Give me all of your dollar headphones." You just burn them in the parking lot. Yeah, that's what they deserve. Yeah, shame on whoever's putting these out there, man. Like, come on. And they're being sold for $1. It's like, how much do they produce them for? Man, can you imagine being the manager of a company that makes those? Like, what do you do for a living? What's your route to the successful life that you have? You're like, oh, bro, I just make these dollar headphones for Dollar General, for the Dollar Tree, and I sell them off. We're very successful. Man, I don't know. I punch that dude in the throat. Injustice to music, hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah. Hands up, square up.
Yep, square up.
Punch him in the throat. Punch him in the jaw. God damn. I love to break the law. Kenny Beats. Zach Fox. Square up.
So do you still freestyle these days?
Oh, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have no songs that I've rapped on. I don't think I ever will. There is one song. I have one song that I'd like to rap on. But I'm not a rapper. I'm a producer first. Just because I know it may sound weird just because my prod tag is IDEST, but I think it's easier for me to convey the emotions that are in my head, or the the main moral of a song, or the idea behind a song with the instruments, or the sampling, rather than rapping on it. That's just me personally. I don't know, man. Like, I spent so many years playing a saxophone, and saxophones can only make one noise at a time.
Yeah.
And then I pull up FL and I have a piano. So right then and there, it's like multiple notes. And then it's like, oh shit, I'm able to use samples. These aren't even like instrument sounds. I'm able to use acapellas, I'm able to combine the two together. It's just, there's so much going on, and there's so much control over what kind of sound you get out of the audio, that it's like, you can make such a powerful song with just using samples and audio clips and synths without any lyrics at all.
Yeah.
So
I think this goes for, basically the potential is huge for basically making music in the computer compared to instrument.
Definitely. It's just word. Yeah, man. Completely defeats the purpose of playing an instrument for me right now as a producer. Eventually I might need to get a decent mic for recording, something with that recording and saxophone, or some instruments, and using that for a sample or whatever. But playing the sax at this point is a novelty for the genre that I'm in right now. So all of my focus and attention and interest has always been in this music production stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
I think I've asked all the questions I have. Do you have anything else to say?
Shoot. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate your time, letting me speak.
Yep.
Shit. This is IDEST signing out.
Thanks, guys, for tuning into Kult Podcast 04 with IDEST.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo woo!
Woo woo! Woo! Woo woo woo!
Hello. Thank you for watching another video of the Savant 2.0 channel.
If you want to see more content, click here or here.
Don't forget to subscribe for the memes. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.